In this short video, I just want to talk to you a little bit about a number of the assignments that you have been doing over the last few weeks and the 3 source log that is due on Sunday, and how these fit into your final research paper. So any assignments that are identified by the RP mean research paper, and these assignments are all meant to push you toward your final paper in this class. So you already did the reference source paper that was part of the research paper. You've also completed the reading critically paper assignment. For some of you, you correctly used a peer-reviewed scholarly source that you would like to use in your final paper. This is a source that we would consider primary, meaning that it's a source that includes original data or an original argument, where the author has conducted research or constructed their argument and utilized evidence from other scholars and examples from the social or cultural context as evidence in that argument. These sources are generally found in scholarly peer-reviewed journals, academic journals, or academic books and book chapters. Sometimes you can find them on Google Scholar, or usually my recommendation is always that you use the library database, particularly the communication database. So some of you used instead reference resources or popular press sources. You can use those sources in your final paper, but they won't count toward one of the peer-reviewed scholarly sources that you must include in that paper. You also completed the what it says, what it does assignment. Again, this assignment asked you to use a peer-reviewed scholarly source, also a primary source that had a collection of original data or the construction of an original argument. As I mentioned before, these can be found in peer-reviewed scholarly academic journals. They also usually are pretty long. So if your source is less than 10 pages long, it probably isn't one of these resources. So make sure you're double checking that. If you did use a peer-reviewed scholarly source for this assignment, as well as for the reading critically assignment, then you have 2 sources for your final paper read and ready to go and ready to use. Your next assignment, this one is due on Sunday. This is your 3 source log. In this assignment, it's a very lengthy assignment. It takes a lot of work to do well, because in this assignment you should have 3 peer-reviewed scholarly sources. These are primary sources, probably anywhere from 15 to 25 pages in length, where the author has conducted original data or original research of some sorts, either through the collection of original data or the construction of an original argument. And so it takes a long time to read these resources, so this is a long and labor-intensive assignment. But these 3 sources that you find, collect, and read should be used for you in your final paper in this class. So if you have utilized peer-reviewed scholarly primary sources for your reading critically assignment, the what it says, what it does assignment, and the 3 source log, then you will already have all of the sources that you need for your final paper in this class. Your final paper in this class is a literature review. It's expected to be 5 to 6 pages in length, and you will be required to have 5 scholarly peer-reviewed sources in that. If you don't have those 5 scholarly sources, then you won't be able to pass this. This paper won't receive a passing grade. You do have one more chance to revise, so if you do make a mistake, you'll have a chance to fix that before the final paper is due. But for the most part, you should be turning in a final paper to me that has at least 5 scholarly peer-reviewed sources. You can use more than that, and papers that go beyond the mere requirements, which will get you a C, will utilize more than 5 sources, or they will utilize some other resources in the writing of the paper. So you can use reference resources, so you can use popular press sources that you've found. They just don't count as the 5 scholarly peer-reviewed resources that you are required to use. If you didn't use a source like this for one of the previous assignments, you will just have to go back and find one of these resources to use in the writing of your final paper. I highly recommend that you review the final paper requirements even before you finish the 3-source log. You can find the requirements for this under week 13 when it is due.